All right. Timer says 10. It's actually going to be in like 5 minutes that I'm starting. Gave the cats treats for, so should get through this without them there we go. Oh, hey. I guess it shows that. Oh, there we go. That's where it went. Okay. Okay, so I've seen timer only. That is for my reference. Nested webcam. Excuse me, cutting me off. There we go. Now you can see me better. Oh, wait screen, which keeps resetting every time I go into the screen. And then just the screen. And then talking. Oh, now talking only. I'm way at the bottom. Alright, well. Oh no. I said I need to be in the center third, a little bit high above middle. So that's what I'm being. Web camera. And there's talking only. Oh, that's weird. That one shows a little bit more of the desktop. I don't have two cameras. How do I get two camera angles? Interesting. It does not change. How come it doesn't change? Oh, now it changed. Oh, what happened to my presenter window? You sir. Presenter view. Audience. This window allows you to see what your audience will see. Okay. And this is the presenter window. Okay. Oh no, now they see everything. No, let's change in different windows. Alright. Enter full screen mode. But if I click on this one, oh, it does change it for you guys now. Okay. For some reason it wasn't doing that. Alright, well, I am going to start this live. The test channel worked. Try refreshing it. It says I'm not streaming. Select to stream this one. Okay, there we go. Now we got into YouTube Studio through OBS. We've got the chat going. There we go. Now we got the audio going, we've got the prompter set up, and we've got the scene set up for you. All right. And attempting like lighting and spacing and all that stuff. So there we go. Oh, there we go. I can do that. The goal for this morning is to go through and do the 20-minute presentation, see how well I can do for the pacing, and then if anybody's joined the Q&A, then answer the questions. If not, keep on going. So yeah, this is a test of me by myself, apparently talking to myself, which is good. I need a room. So this is basically a raw recording of me getting the footage for future videos or snippets. All right, let's see what we've got here. All right, that is too big. There we go. Game face. Hey everyone, for those who don't know me, I am C. Thaiga, CEO of the REI Ledger and author of the book Your Money Sign. Second edition coming out summer 2026. Gotta check it out. Thank you for joining me today, whether you are watching us live on YouTube or listening in on the podcast. Welcome. I host these lives every weekday morning starting at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will give about 20-minute presentation and then at the end we will do Q&A. But do me a favor, drop your questions early. If I can't get to your question live, please join me afterwards in our Facebook group. Before we dive into this episode, a quick heads up. Why is my throat all like not happy? Is that it? Oh. I guess. I don't know. Okay. Redo. Before we dive into this episode, a quick heads up. I'm sharing my perspective as a bookkeeping professional for educational purposes. What you're about to hear is not legal or financial advice. The strategies we're discussing today are for educational and motivational purposes only. Like, this isn't formal legal or financial advice. For that, you will want to consult with your specific CPA or attorney. Every portfolio is unique, so always consult with your personal tax or legal pro. We're here to talk shop and strategy, so let's get into today's episode. Who are we and why am I wearing such awesome swag? We are the REI Ledger. We are a remote bookkeeping firm for real estate investors. LTR, STR, BRRRR, REIT. If you understood what I just said, then you're our people. Our mission is to close the gap of miscommunication within our industry. Hint, when you say equity, it is not what your bookkeeper means. We work exclusively in QuickBooks Online. They do not sponsor today's video. So, to start off our mission today, let me introduce myself. I am CEO, and that awesome woman on the screen with you is my co-founder and CFO, Miss Tara Rea. We are both CDL Class A professional drivers with our tanker, hazmat, and doubles. What does that mean to you? It means we know how to handle complicated cluster messes. It also means that we understand the vital importance of tracking the numbers, paperwork, and accurate calculations. We both love trucking, but after a work accident that has left me unable to truck, we launched a business combining our two passions, numbers and real estate investing. Thus, the REI Ledger was born on October 31st, 2025. Today, I want to talk to you about winning. In my world, WIN stands for when in need. Most investors wait until the moment they desperately need a loan or a tax strategy or a quick exit from a deal before they start looking closely at their own numbers. By then, it's a crisis. As bookkeepers, we know that when you plan for what you'll need before you need it, you'll actually win. Today, I'm giving you the 3 pillars of the WIN framework to make your real estate investing journey easier, faster, and much more profitable. Planning ahead is the ultimate ROI. Let me explain. The first pillar of winning as a real estate investor is to always be lender ready. That means to know your numbers and how those numbers will be interpreted by others at all times. You don't want to just track your expenses. You want to audit your books legally, morally, and ethically so that you stay attractive to lenders. Remember, they want your success. They are in the business of giving loans, but you need to make it easy on them by having your books up to date and easy to interpret. When you plan for needing quick capital before the deal exists, you move with speed and snag the deal while your competition is still looking for last month's receipts to update their P&L. We've all been there. You're just doing your thing and discover a killer off-market deal. Boom, right in your lap. But you just tied up all your free cash into a great deal. You go to the bank to show them the killer deal, and the bank wants 2 years of clean P&Ls with an updated balance sheet. If you don't plan ahead, you end up scrambling and usually lose the deal to a different investor who was prepared. This is, in my totally biased opinion, why having a dedicated bookkeeper is a non-negotiable for any serious investor. Type ready in the comments if you've ever missed a deal because your paperwork wasn't ready quick enough. The second pillar of winning as a real estate investor is to know the difference between compliance and strategy. Compliance is reactive. You are taking action only after you are feeling a negative experience. You are doing the bare minimum for the IRS. Strategy, however, is taking action before there is a consequence. Compliance is having your taxes filed on time. Strategy is forecasting your tax liability in Q3 so that you can make moves, capital expenditures, cost segregation studies, or retirement contributions while you still have the time to change the outcome. That is why I got a little kiddo and I got a little racing car, because the little kiddo, he's just going to go out there and he's just trying to have fun and he's just trying to see the whole world. Strategy, the professional, they're not looking around. They're not doing all that stuff because they're moving so fast they can't. And I tell people, when you meet a real estate investor who can move fast and get results, let's be very clear here. A lot of people can move fast and totally mess up the deal. But if you can move fast and get quality results, that is strategy. Put it another way. Compliance means you know the rules. Strategy means you know how to make the rules work for you. As bookkeepers, we see this every April when an investor realizes that they owe the IRS a small fortune because they didn't structure their entities or depreciation correctly back in July. For example, they didn't realize that an LLC's income passes through to the members regardless if they took any profits out of the business or not. Just a reminder, this is not legal advice. I'm just saying, you do not want to be that investor who didn't forecast their tax liability. It is no fun giving the government a massive tip just because you didn't want to put a plan in place. The third pillar of winning as a real estate investor is scalability. Most investors hit a ceiling. They get to 3, 5, or 10 doors and suddenly everything breaks. Why? Because they didn't plan their systems. If your bookkeeping is a shoebox of messy spreadsheets, let's try that again. The third pillar of winning as a real estate investor is scalability. Most investors hit a ceiling. They get to 3, 5, or 10 doors and suddenly everything breaks. Why? Because they didn't plan their systems. If your bookkeeping is a shoebox or a messy spreadsheet, you can't scale. You are working in the business, not on the business. Planning ahead means building a financial foundation that can support 50 doors, even if you only have 3 right now. When your data is clean and your processes are automated, you have the clarity to see which properties are underperforming and which ones are your rock stars. You make decisions based on data, not gut feelings. This is how you win the long game. As a bookkeeper, I cannot talk about scalability without talking about COA. If you're not familiar, COA stands for Chart of Accounts. Basically, how do you categorize all your cash flow? Why is this a serious problem for real estate investors, and why should you even care? Well, to put it simply, if you have too many categories in your P&L and balance sheet, they'll quickly become unintelligible. It'll just be this huge long mess. And even the most experienced real estate investor, probably especially an experienced real estate investor, you're going to look at that mess and go, not for me. So that's kind of how it's going to be. Ask your bookkeeper today about the best practices for keeping your books organized while also making them useful tools for you as the investor to make quick decisions. Quick side note, shout out to our other channel, not our channel, but shout out to a great channel for real estate investors and bookkeepers, Income Digs. He comes from the solid investor side talking about bookkeeping instead of the solid bookkeeping side talking about investing. So I think it's a beautiful balance. And they're great over there. Check them out. Subscribe. Great advice. If you use QuickBooks Online, which our firm does, they do not sponsor today's video, but shout out to QuickBooks Online as well. What Income Digs will continuously try to stress to fellow investors is that your chart of accounts should not look like 1, 2, 3 main loan, 1, 2, 3 main utilities, 1, 2, 3 main building. If you do that, by the time you get your report, it's going to be so long, you're not going to get that bird's eye view that those reports are designed to give you. So check them out. All right. To wrap up here are the 3 things we are going to make sure you win when in need as a real estate investor. Pillar 1, be lender ready. Plan for your next loan today by keeping your books investor grade every single month. Do not let a messy spreadsheet, let's try it again. To wrap up, here are the 3 ways we are going to make sure you win as a real estate investor, having what you need when in need. Pillar 1, be lender ready. Plan for your next loan today by keeping your books investor grade every single month. Do not let a messy spreadsheet kill a great deal. Pillar 2, choose strategy over compliance. Please do not wait for April to save money. Plan for your tax needs mid-year so you can keep your cash where it belongs, in your portfolio. Pillar 3, build for scalability. Systematize your finances now. Wealth is boring. It should be boring because life is awesome and it should be awesome. When you plan for the systems you'll need for 50 units, getting there becomes inevitable, not impossible. Thank you for being here today and for sticking with me all the way until the end. That means so much to me. Seriously, thank you. Since you're still here, go ahead and type win in the comments below so that I see you and might even, that was a mistypo, I think. Oh, I see, okay. Let's try that again. Thank you for being here today and for sticking with me all the way until the end. That means so much to me. Seriously, thank you. Since you're still here, go ahead and type win in the comments below so that I see you. And if you want more interactions, remember that you can always join us in our Facebook group to continue the discussion. Head on over to Ask Your Questions. That is the REI Ledger, TheReiLedger. You will find us here on YouTube and you will find us in Facebook. Until I see you again, stay awesome. Now for my personal favorite part, the Q&A. I'll get through as many questions as I can in the next 10 minutes. Remember that you can always join us in our Facebook group to continue the discussion. If I don't get to your questions today, please put your question in the comments. This is a great community. Let's help each other out. Okay. It says to switch to my camera now to answer questions directly. That was 16 minutes and 40 seconds with a number of different takes. So I still have like 4 minutes worth of time. Do I talk slower? Put slow in the comments. Or do I give more information? Put more in the comments. Do you think the 3 pillars were enough? Do you think I should have added more to it? Do you think I should have slowed down? Some of the people that they've had me look at, especially in finance and accounting, they talk this mile a minute because they've got so much stuff and they're going to throw numbers at you and they're going to talk real fast and they're going to go there and then they're going to say this and then they're going to have that and then you're going to know that you have everything real fast and there you go. I don't recall seeing anybody in the financial or real estate space that talks with constant pauses. This style is usually more about like meditation. I am a certified yoga instructor, and those you want to aim for 2 to 3 seconds of space, what you might call silence. It just allows the brain to move stuff from short term to long term without the fear of missing out on new information. And yes, I have been told by several people that I should do guided meditations, which I may do. I have the tech stack. That's pretty cool. Oh, okay, switch to web camera. Okay, here's the web camera. I am completely off script right now. I know that the entire time I was reading the script and I was kind of looking toward the camera, but not at the camera. I don't know how people do that. Here's a quick cheat sheet in life. How do professional content creators read script while also making eye contact with a camera? Is there a special sort of equipment or a special sort of software? How can it be that you can read script but still make enough eye contact with the camera that it feels real to the viewer? See what they say.
It's a bit of a magic trick of the industry, but once you see behind the curtain, it makes perfect sense. Professional creators and news anchors aren't usually memorizing thousands of words. They are using a combination of clever hardware, specific software, and a little bit of performance technique. Here is how they pull it off. 1. The essential hardware, the teleprompter. The gold standard for eye contact is the teleprompter. This isn't just a screen sitting next to the camera. It is a specialized rig that sits directly in front of the lens. How it works. A beam splitter glass is placed at a 45-degree angle in front of the camera lens. A monitor lying flat below the glass reflects the text upward. The magic. Because the glass is transparent from the back, the camera shoots right through the text without seeing it. However, the creator sees the reflected text floating directly over the lens. The result, when they read the words, their pupils are aligned perfectly with the camera's eye. 2. The budget alternative, teleprompter apps. You don't need a $2,000 rig to do this anymore. Many YouTubers and TikTokers use smartphone or tablet apps, like PromptSmart or Teleprompter Premium. Mirroring. These apps flip the text so it looks normal when reflected in a mirror. Voice tracking. Some advanced software uses smart scrolling, where the app listens to your voice and only scrolls the text as you actually speak it. Rigging. They use small plastic prompter boxes that mount onto a phone or a DSLR, making the tech accessible for home setups. 3. The AI cheat code software. In the last year or two, AI has changed the game. If a creator accidentally looks away or reads from a script on their desk, they can use AI eye contact correction found in tools like Descript or NVIDIA Broadcast. How it works. The software uses a digital overlay to redraw your eyeballs. The effect. Even if you are looking down at a piece of paper, the AI repositions your pupils so that on the final video,
I'm just imagining, like, you gently, like, look down and the AI makes you go, like, you're just looking up with your eyeballs, making you look like a, I don't know, a crazy person. That's funny. Sometimes creators don't use a prompter at all. They use a technique called the look away. Instead of a full script, they use big bullet points taped right next to the lens. They look at the bullet point, memorize the next sentence, look into the lens, and just say it. Jump cuts. In editing, they cut out the moments where they looked away to check their notes. This seems like a lot. Even with a prompter, the trick is making it feel real is distance. The further away you are from the prompter, the less your eyes move back and forth as you read the lines. If you're too close, the viewer can see your pupils scanning the text. Huh. Well, that I learned today. Okay. Let's talk about another thing. When I do my morning lives, I keep having like phlegm or something in my throat to where it changes my voice. What do professional speakers do to keep their vocal cords clear during a 30-minute performance?
That morning voice or throat clearing cycle is actually the bane of professional broadcasters. When you sleep, mucus settles, and your vocal cords can become slightly dehydrated or sticky. Clearing your throat feels like the fix, but it's actually quite violent for your vocal cords. It's like slamming them together, which causes more irritation and more mucus production.
Oh.
Here is the pro protocol for staying clear for a 30-minute live session. 1. The hydration timeline. You can't just chug water 5 minutes before you go live. Vocal cords are covered in a mucosal lining that takes time to hydrate. The 2-hour rule. Professionals start sipping water at least 2 hours before they speak. This hydrates the body from the inside out. The pee clear rule. Singers often say, pee clear, sing clear. If you're dehydrated, your mucus becomes thick and tacky, which is what causes that clicking or muffled sound in your voice. 2. Professional swaps. The do's and don'ts. What you put in your mouth an hour before the on-air light goes on matters immensely. Avoid dairy. Milk, cream in your coffee, or yogurt creates phlegm-like coating. It's the #1 enemy of a clear voice. Avoid ice-cold water. Cold water constricts the muscles in your throat. Professionals drink room temperature or lukewarm water. The throat coat secret. Many speakers swear by traditional medicinals. Throat coat tea with slippery elm, or warm water with lemon and manuka honey. The acid in the lemon helps break up mucus, while the honey coats the throat. 3. The silent clear.
I could
If
do
you
lemon
feel
and
that
honey.
tickle while you're live, do not cough. The silent huff. Professionals use a silent cough or a huff technique. Open your mouth in an O shape and exhale a sharp, silent blast of air, like you're trying to fog up a mirror. This moves the mucus without the physical trauma of a throat clear. The hard swallow. Simply taking a deliberate hard swallow of water is often enough to reset the vocal folds. 4. Physical warm-ups. If you're going live in the morning, your vocal cords are literally cold. Humming, gentle humming, minus for 2 minutes helps vibrate the mucus off the cords gently. Lip trills. Blowing air through your lips so they vibrate like a motorboat sound helps wake up the resonance without straining. A quick emergency fix. If you're 10 minutes away from your live and feel gunky, try gargling with warm salt water. It draws out excess moisture and helps break up the surface phlegm.
Huh. Well, there you have it. I was avoiding my morning teas, thinking that I should have them afterwards, but it looks like I should have them beforehand and add lemon and honey. So, what is your obsession with the carpet in that corner? Okay, 6 minutes to go. What I'm doing... Do not cough. Okay, that's it. My cat is only doing that because he knows it gets a rile out of me. He's wanting me to let him go outside so he can mouse, but it's just too frozen today. At least right now. You can usually find them in the snow, get through all the snow, but yeah, do not need a frozen kitty cat. Slowly processing what did I take from today. Okay. Um, doing the same thing over and over and over again. Shout out to Grant Cardone. I can't remember which one it is, if it's one of his trainings or one of his books. My favorite book by his is Be Obsessed or Be Awesome. That was wrong. Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone. Um, I read a lot of that book and I was like, yeah, yeah. Through a lot of life situations happening to me, my life has changed course of what I thought it would be multiple times. Uh, and he says, if you're starting a new adventure, just get up and do the same thing over and over again. Even if it doesn't seem related to your business, get up and do the same thing over and over again. When I had my foot run over by a forklift and it herniated my back, and as you can imagine, both of my ankles were incredibly damaged by it because he ran over it, pinned it, I fell, and that's what damaged both of the ankles. And then he turned the wheel, which rips the foot, and then he backed off of it again. So when I was having to kind of retrain myself to be able to move the ankles correctly, uh, I just did the same thing over and over again. And I am applying that to these lives. I doubt anyone will, but if you are that one rare person who watches all of these episodes, you'll see what happens when you get up and do the same thing over and over and over again. It has now been 10 episodes, but I promise you by live number 4, I started getting the imposter syndrome. You're just fake. You don't know anything that you're doing. You're not getting any likes or views. What are you doing here? What's the purpose? That valley of despair. I would like to believe that I now have informed optimism because I'm beginning to see how the different things I've learned for here, for this business, can translate to other areas of my life. I will do the honey and hot water tomorrow. I wake up about an hour before these lives have to happen. And it's always so cold. So freezing. It would be nice if it would just get up to frozen. I would love that. Just get up to freezing weather. That would be awesome. But that's all right. I'll just wake up first thing. I will do my hot tea and I'll do my workout, which is great. I have gotten to the point where not just standing or walking, I can hop, I wouldn't call it a jump, but I can hop about an inch off the ground now and land without excruciating pain. So that is cool. That is very cool. And I'm gonna just keep doing this. The bottom line is, even if it doesn't create an audience right away, it's helping you. You're discovering your strengths, you're discovering your needs, you're building a skill set that can't be taken away from you. So I encourage you, whatever it is you're thinking of doing, show up. And in my personal opinion, because it's an easy number to remember, I say 100, the rule of 100. Do something 100 times, like genuinely trying to perfect it 100 times before you make a decision to continue or not. Now, obviously, this is with a skill set. I am not saying go to a job where they stiff your paycheck 100 times before you decide to quit. This is the internet. If somebody can take it wrong, they will. So let the haters hate, ignore them. That's just how they get importance in their life. You are important. You are going to have skills that you want to do for 100 times. So that is my 30 minutes, right? Yeah, because it's supposed to start at 20 after for the 10-minute countdown, and then I'm supposed to go from 30 to the 0 and then cut it off and move everybody over to Facebook. I do check the Facebook community every day after doing this. And at some point, when we start getting a little bit more, it will, my vision is to have a community where real estate investors can talk numbers without getting sold to. Yes, we do offer bookkeeping, but if you've noticed, I haven't made a single plug to, oh, maybe I did. Hold on. Let's not be a liar until I'm a liar. There we go. Welcome to our live and then not legal advice. Here it is. Book a consultation today. That is the only thing I've done. And I didn't think I even said it. Let me look at the script here. I do say that we work exclusively online with QuickBooks Online and that they do not sponsor the video, to be clear and transparent, and that we are a remote bookkeeping firm for real estate investors. And that's it. I understand the need to sell, and I will never knock anybody who's trying to do their hustle. But there's a difference between hustling to add value and hustling to steal resources from other people. I don't support the hustle to drain. I support the hustle to add value. And I have seen it time and time again in my own life. The people who are out there to add value will always, in the long run, make more money. Maybe in the short term, somebody hustling to steal resources, and I do mean steal because your time is a resource. Sorry, I will get off my soapbox. I was supposed to end 2 minutes ago. I could go on all day because that's just how my brain never stops. But I still have like a 14 more hours to my day today. So I really should do better time management and cut it off at the 0. All right, after I get done with this, I will make a copy of this. I will figure out a topic for tomorrow. Since I do not have any comments, I will come up with another one for tomorrow, and we will see. Unless I redo this content, but I try it. No, that's kind of, because we have the raw footage. I'm going to have to get used to having these archives of videos. So, yeah. I have had people tell me that I should do a reality show where people just follow me around all day, and I was like, I don't think it would get any views because it's like 90% of my day is me just talking to myself to coach myself through things, because most of the things I want to do in life, I don't have a mentor showing me. So I have to be the mentor while being the student, while being the boss, while being a partner, while being the fun human being that I am. So it's a lot of brain processing power, which is why you will see me snack on some level of sugar at some point in the day, because my brain needs glucose. I don't know where I was going with that. Now we're 4 minutes out. Okay. All right. I said I was doing this for discipline. Let's start. The discipline was starting it. Now we're going to have the discipline of stopping it. At 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, these lives should end and bring everybody over to Facebook. We did put a hotkey in here to stop recording.